What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,500 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And yes, we're still living a bit of a pandemic life, and we're going into, the holiday seasons, and trick-or-treating is not going to be what it usually is. But I've got my buddy here, Marcella Johnson. Hey, Marcella.
Hi, Ash.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, Marcella, what part of the country are you at right now?
Well, right now I am in Los Angeles, dropping my daughter off at UCLA, but I'm from San Diego, California.
Gotcha. All right, so what is the origin story behind Comfort Cub?
Okay, thanks. So the Comfort Cub is a weighted therapeutic teddy bear that's designed to help women. It was started for women who lose a child, and it was born out of my great loss of the death of my son, my baby boy. His name was George. He died the day he was born, and along with the obvious emotional pain you'd have of losing a child, I got some very strange physical symptoms. My heart literally ached and my arms ached. And I found that when I put something weighted into my arms, that aching in my heart and in my arms immediately went away. And yes, and so I read that it can be a common thing that women, when they lose a child, seek weighted objects to hold. And one of the hardest things for me was having to leave the hospital empty-handed after giving birth. And I wanted to create something that could be given to a woman before she leaves the hospital, so she doesn't ever have to leave the hospital empty-handed the way that I did. And that was the beginning of the Comfort Cub.
Wow. Well, I first want to definitely say, I'm so sorry for your loss that you had to go through that. And I know that there are just hundreds of thousands of millions of women all across the world that have dealt with that loss. It's definitely dealt with that.
Yes, unfortunately. Yep. And thank you. And especially with October coming up, October 15th is National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Day. And so I think it's going to be really on people's minds very soon.
Yeah. So after you left the hospital and you started to, I guess, kind of look up and find out a little bit more research on having something in your arms and having that comfort, what was the next phase for you?
So what had happened was my heart really hurt, and so I ended up going to the doctors and talking to them about this pain that I was having in my chest. And 21 years ago, they had no idea what I was talking about. So I ended up leaving the office thinking, oh my gosh, they kind of made it sound like, and by the way, I got excellent health care. I did. They just didn't understand what was happening with me, and they just thought, you know what, you just lost a baby, your hormones are going crazy, your milk is coming in, you're going to have strange aches in your heart and in your arms and all throughout your body, and Marcella, it will go away. But I left the office thinking, oh my gosh, I have lost not only my baby, I have lost my mind because this really hurts. Well, fast forward 21 years later, and we realized that there's actually something that was happening to me. It's called broken heart syndrome or stress-induced cardiomyopathy. And it's when your heart is literally, it's actually your heart becomes stunned over acute grief. And so it mimics a heart attack, but my heart continued to ache, but that pain was there. And they understand that now. And when I put a weighted object in my arms and put it against my chest, that aching in my heart and in my arms immediately went away. And that's when I got the idea, like, after I read that it happens to women, that something needs to be done. We need to help women with something weighted. And for me, it was when I actually had gone to my son's gravesite a week after he had passed away. I was still having that very severe pain in my heart and in my arms. And my father, I'd asked my dad to meet me there, and someone had sent this beautiful terracotta pot full of flowers. And my dad insisted that I take it home with me. I could have cared less about bringing anything anywhere. I was in such a fog and bad place. But he really was insistent. So I was like, oh my gosh, just give me the dang pot, Dad. Just I want him to stop talking. But but the moment that I got that weight in my arms, that pain went away. And we now understand what was happening. But it's something called deep touch pressure. And have you heard of weighted blankets? Do you know about them?
Yes, I've heard about those.
Okay, so they are, I think they were like product of the year or something a couple of years ago. They're all the rage. But they've been used in the autism community and also in different areas for quite a while. So there's actually science behind any kind of weight that's put on against your body, and it's called deep touch pressure. And when you get that deep touch pressure against your body, and mind you, mine was a cold, hard terracotta pot, and yet it was giving me comfort, and I didn't want to put it down. But it's because when you hold something, it causes your brain to release dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and these are the exact same feelings that you get, and it mimics being held by someone, getting a hug from one of your best friends. So it actually physically causes you to calm. And so although we started the Comfort Cup for moms who lose a child, we found that they're good for any kind of difficult situation.
So would you say that these Comfort Cubs would be good for, I don't know, COVID-19 social distancing situation?
Yes. It's pretty, not that it's funny, but it's ironic or strange.
But yeah, it's just,
So, no, absolutely. Because people are feeling so, we talked about it mimicking a hug.
Yeah.
And right now, we cannot hug our friends. We have to stay 6 feet apart. We have to wear masks. And especially with older people who are isolated and have no one to be with, we found it's been very, very helpful there. And we actually, for baby George's 21st birthday, we decided that we were going to give, now this is long before anyone thought, or a pandemic was not on anyone's horizon, but for his 21st birthday, we decided, friends of the Comfort Cub, my family, supporters, everyone pulled together, we raised enough money that we were going to give away 1,000 cubs for any reason, not just moms who lose a child. And his birthday was April 11th. And of course, March is when COVID started. And most of the requests that we got, because we offer the Comfort Cups for free to anyone who's in need, they were for COVID-19. And interestingly, Ash, was that normally we send the Comfort Cups to patients in hospitals, the loss of a child, the loss of a parent, all kinds of things like that. But during COVID-19, the people we were sending them to were actually the frontline workers, the doctors, the nurses, the ER technicians. We hadn't even thought about that, but they were the majority of the Comfort Cups that we ended up providing them to for the hospitals. And we have found that they've been very effective in helping people. Even if it's just to put one in the break room and in between cases when you're deeply affected, you're going from one loss to the next, they stop, take a few minutes, hold the Comfort Cub, and it helps them to carry on to the next case. And so, yes, we have found it to be super helpful during this crazy time.
Wow. And, we're just around the corner from the holidays, which can sometimes be pretty rough for a lot of people. A lot of folks that are dealing with loss and things of that nature, and then, in conjunction with COVID. So what are you guys planning on? Do you guys have any plans for the holidays for people?
Well, yes, especially during the holidays. we just know that in the world of loss, that the holidays is a very triggering time for people because it's usually a time when family comes together and there's so many memories, beautiful memories of being together. But when the holidays come around and that person that you love isn't there, it leaves a really big hole, and it can be very, very, very hard for people. So we are trying to put a focus on mental health during the holidays. And the Comfort Cub is there. And if it's you that personally needs help, you can contact the Comfort Cub or one of your listeners out there if it's for themselves.
Yeah.
And we will provide a Comfort Cub to them for free. However, if you have a friend or a loved one that you know, and you can't think of a gift to send them this Christmas or this holiday or, any Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or any kind of thing like that, the gift of a Comfort Cub is always a welcome present too, because it you send them a note saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, I'm remembering your mom or your dad or your brother or whatever it is this time, and I'm hoping that this Comfort Cub will provide a little healing to your arms during this difficult time. So we could either help people individually themselves, or if they want to give it as a gift to someone, then we do have those available too.
Awesome. And Marcella, last but certainly not least, what is the best way for people to get in contact with you guys, and of course to get their, to put in their orders for their Comfort Cubs?
Right. Okay. So it's either way. If you are in need of a Comfort Cup yourself, you contact us. If you want to order one for someone else, you contact us. So it's our website is www.the comfort cub cub like baby bear .org, because we're a nonprofit organization, and that is the best way. We hope that people will reach out to us, because our whole we exist to help people to feel comfort during the most difficult times in their lives, and so we hope that people will reach out to us.
Definitely. And also, are you guys on social media as well?
Oh yeah, we are on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Awesome. So they need to just follow Comfort Cub.
Yeah, the Comfort Cub. Yep, and they can find us, and we love to hear from people and to know how the Comfort Cub has helped, or people like to share their stories too, and we find that when people sometimes just go onto our Instagram because we have, or Facebook or whatever, because we also share stories with people and tell them that they can get through this and that there is hope at the end of a really dark place. That's what the Comfort Cub is all about. We want people to know that it's hard now, but it will get better, and people do care about you.
Absolutely. Marcella, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I've loved talking to you, Ash.
Yes, you're amazing, and much more success with Comfort Cub. I definitely want you to come back, whenever there's a new announcement, anything new with you guys. I know that there's going to be so much stuff going on just virtually the next couple of months, so definitely come back. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys.
I'd love to.
Yes. And I thank each and every one of you guys for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.